Welcome to Middleway News.
The first question that Bret Bair asks Kamala Harris is simply, how many illegal immigrants do you think have come into the country during the last 3.5 years?
Madam Vice President, thank you for the time.
Thank you. It's good to be with you, Brett.
You know, voters tell pollsters all over the country and here in Pennsylvania that immigration is one of the key issues that they're looking at this election, and specifically the influx of illegal immigrants from more than 150 countries. How many illegal immigrants would you estimate your administration has released into the country over the last 3.5 years?
All right, before we hear her answer, let's just think about the question here. A very simple question to Kamala Harris from Bret Bair. How many illegal immigrants do you think have come into the country during your administration approximately over the last 3.5 years? Let's see if Kamala Harris can answer this question.
Well, I'm glad you raised the issue of immigration because I agree with you. It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but
right
do you,
now,
just a
which
number. Do you think it's 1 million, 3 million?
Brett, let's just get to the point.
Let's just get to the point is a deflection by Kamala because she does not want to answer the question. Let's think about this. There's many estimates. He mentioned 6 million people coming in illegally. I've heard others say up to 21 million illegally. Whatever it happens to be, 6 to 21 million, it's really bad. As Vice President of the United States, should she not be aware of what those numbers are? Should she not be concerned about what those numbers are? And should she not be able to explain to the American people why this is concerning? She has no clue. When she says, let's get to the point, she means she wants to dodge the question. Let's see what she does.
Okay, the point is that we have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired.
So your Homeland Security Secretary said that 85% of apprehensions.
I'm not finished. We have an
it's a rough estimate of 6 million people have been released into the country. And let me just finish. I'll get to the question, I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
And when you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies.
Really interesting interaction here. Bret is being very fair by using her Homeland Security Secretary's number, an estimate of 6 million, which is pretty low compared to other commentators and political experts on both sides of how many illegal immigrants have entered this country. But she dodges the question and she wasn't answering his question, so he answers it for her using her own administration's Homeland Security Secretary. She should know this information as a candidate for President of the United States, but she's unable to answer his questions, so he comes at her with a follow-up question. All right, before we get to Bret's follow-up question, question number 1, Kamala dodged the question. Stay tuned for our next video where we will look at Bret's follow-up question to Kamala Harris. Here's a hint. She didn't answer that one either.
Kamala Harris!
Hey everybody, it's good to be with you this evening. Sean, I want to thank you because you always have a way of convening and bringing folks together. And
I grew up a middle-class kid.
so I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Thank you for watching the Middleway News Daily Update.
Thank you for experiencing today's Middleway News Daily Update. We hope you enjoyed today's top news highlights and summaries. Be sure to check out our other Middleway News services, products, summaries, updates, videos, podcasts, and more.